क्षमां शारदे पाहि मां शङ्कर रक्षमां 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 शारदे पाहि मां शङ्कर रक्षमाम् शारदे पाहि मां शङ्कर रक्षमां 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 शारदे पाहि मां शङ्कर रक्षमाम्
नमस्ते हरि ओम वेंकटेशाय ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः शारदा शारदाम्बोज वदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वथा सर्वतास्माकं सन्निधिं क्रियात् सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ओम भारती करुणापात्रं भारती पदभूषणं भारती पदमारुणं भारती तीर्थमाश्रये विद्याविनय सम्पन्नं वेतराहं विवेहिनं वन्दे वेदान्त तत्त्वज्ञं विदुशेखरभारतीं सद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः. Namaskaram all. Welcome to the first session for 2025 for the Vedanta through Stotras lecture by Shri Pranav. Shri Pranav, we started with this session back in November. We have had a couple of sessions. But today, Shri Pranav is going to start with the Vishnu Sahasranamam stotrams, and we are going to learn, about the meaning of those stotras. So, Shri Pranav, please go ahead and get started.
ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम ततस्य प्रियमभिपाथो अश्यान्नरो यत्र देवयवो मदन्ति उरुक्रमस्य सखि बन्धोरित्था विष्णोः पदे पारमे मध्व उत्साह श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं प्रह्लादवरदो देवो यो नृसिंहः परो हरिः नृसिंहोपासकं नित्यं तं नृसिंहगुरुं भजे श्रीसच्चिदानन्दशिवाभिनव्यनृसिंहभारत्यभिधान्यतीन्द्रान् विद्यानिधीन् मन्त्रनिधीन् सदात्मनिष्ठान् भजे मानवशम्भुरूपां सदात्मध्याननिरतं विषयेभ्यः पराङ्मुखं नौमि शास्त्रेषु निष्णातं चन्द्रशेखरभारतीं विवेकिनं महाप्रज्ञं धैर्योधार्यक्षमानिधिं सदाभिनवपूर्वन्तं विद्यातीर्थगुरुं भजे अज्ञानां जाह्नवे तीर्थं विद्यातीर्थं विवेकिनां सर्वेषां सुखदं तीर्थं भारतीतीर्थमाश्रये विद्यावनिगसम्पन्नं वीतरागं विवेकिनं वन्दे वेदान्ततत्त्वज्ञं विधुशेखरभारतीम् भगवतीं शारदाम्बां नप्त्वा आचार्यान् च नप्त्वा पितरौ विद्यागुरून् च प्रणम्य विष्णुसहस्रनामभाष्यं पश्यामः. The Vishnu Sahasranama is one chapter of the Mahabharata. In the Mahabharata, we have 18 parvas or books. Within those 18 parvas, the 13th parva is called the Anushasana Parva or the Parva of Instructions, the book of instructions. Within that parva, the 149th Adhyaya or chapter is the Vishnu Sahasranam. So this Vishnu Sahasranamam is given by Bhishma to Yudhishthira. Like how we saw previously in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna does the Upadesha to Arjuna. Now, before the Kurukshetra war, now after the war has completed, Bhishma is lying on the Sharashaya. He is lying in the bed of arrows. And Krishna instructs him, Bhishma Pitamaha is still there, he is waiting for Uttarayana. Bhishma got a boon that he will only pass away when he wishes. So, like in Gita 8th chapter, we see Agnir Jyotiraha Shuklaha Shanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Vido Janaha. So, Bhishma is waiting for this auspicious Uttarayanam to leave the Sharira. But Bhishma is still alive in the Sharashaya. So, what Krishna says is, Yudhishthira, go talk to Bhima. So when we talk to elders, maybe in this generation, people may not even be wanting to talk to elders. But in those times, the sampradaya was, if the elders are there, you have to go and learn dharma from them. You have to go learn acharas from them. You have to go to the elders, see how they're living and learn from them. So he said, Krishna said to Yudhishthira, hey Yudhishthira, Bhishma is still alive in the Sharashaya. Go talk to him and learn. So this chapter is basically the conversation between Bhishma and Yudhishthira, as it is narrated by Vaishampayana to Janamejaya. So Janamejaya, we see, comes in Arjuna's Vamsha, and this entire thing has been told by Vaishampayana to Janamejaya of the Krishna and of Yudhishthira and Bhishma's conversation. So like in Gita, how it's a dialogue between Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra. But what is Sanjaya is narrating is the dialogue between Arjuna and Krishna. So like that, this Mahabharata is between Vaishampayana and Janamejaya. So in the beginning, the Vishnu Sahasranamam can be split into 3 sections. The first is the Purva Pitika or Purva Bhaga, and then the 1000 namas or 1000 names of Vishnu, and then the Phalashruti. So the first is the Purva Pitika. So that gives the introduction. Yudhishthira asks Bhishma a certain number of questions. So that can be found in that. And then the 1000 namas, and then the Phalashruti. By doing Vishnu Sahasranamam, what do we get? So like this, we will start. Actually, if you look at the chapter in Mahabharata, the first shloka is actually Yasya Smarana Matrena Janma Samsara Bandhana. But in the Sampradaya, we say 3 to 4 slokas before that. So we will be first covering the arthas of those shlokas, and then we will be moving on to the actual Grantha. So the first shloka is Shuklam Varadhanam Vishnum Shashivarnan Chaturbhujam Prasanna Vadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopashantaye. So first we have to do a Mangala. In the beginning of any Grantha, a Mangala must be done. This Mangala can be in multiple forms. It can be a Devata Namaskara, a Guru Namaskara, or if the Guru is writing, it can be a Ashirvada to the Shishya. And why do we have to do the Mangalam? The Mangalam is done for the Nirvigna Parisamaptyartham of the Grantha. We can see in the beginning of Tarkashastra itself, they're asking why this Mangala needs to be done. Because there are so many Granthas without Mangala Shlokas that have completion. and so many granthas that has a Mangala shloka but was not been completed before the Granthakara passed. So like that, why must this Mangala be done is the question. So after so many Purva Paksha and Siddhanta, they say that there may have been uh, Shruti mantra that says Samapti Kamaha Mangalam Acharet. So whoever wants the Samapti or end of that Grantha, they have to do a Mangalam. So like that, first the Vandanam is done to Vigneshwara or Vighnanayaka. And how is he? He is Shuklam Baradharam. Shukla meaning white. Ambaradharam. Ambaradharam means the one with the white vastra. Shashi Varnam. Shashi Varnam means his skin is the color of Shashi or Chandra. And how does this word Shashi comes? Apparently, if you look at the Chandra, you will see a rabbit in the black spots. That will look like a rabbit when it's there. That is, the rabbit is called Shashaha in Sanskrit. So the one that has Shashaha, the one that has a rabbit is called Shashi. And then the one that has the Chandra on his head, like Shiva, that is called Shashidhara. So, because the rabbit can be seen in Chandra, a form like a rabbit can be seen in Chandra, the Chandra has a name of Shashi. Shashi, Chandra, Soma, these are all Paryaya padas or synonyms. So, he is the color of Shashi or Chandra, Shashi Varnam. Chaturbhujam, meaning he has 4 arms. Prasanna Vadanam. Prasanna Vadanam means always happy face. When even looking at that, everybody also gets happy. That kind of face, Prasanna Vadanam. Dhyayet. Dhyayet means should be meditated upon. It's not saying I am doing the meditation or anything. The saying is Dhyayet. Mahaganapatim Dhyayet. And for what? Sarva Vighnopashantaye. Sarva Vignaha means Sarvesham Vignanam Upashantaye. Meaning for the destruction of all the obstacles. For that, I meditate on Ganesha. This is the first shloka. Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadhanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopashantaye. The second shloka is a vandana to the Granthakara. So as I mentioned, the Granthakara will not do Mangalam to himself because Vyasa is the one writing the Mahabharata. But we are saying this when we are chanting as a Namaskaram to Vyasa. Like I mentioned, this chapter, if you look at it, only starts with Yasya Smarana Matren, which we will see later. But in order for it to be complete, first we are doing Namaskara to Vigneshwara and then to the Granthakarta. So what this says, Vyasam Vasishta Naptaram Shaktef Pautramakalmasham Parasharatmajam Vande Shukatatam Tapo Nidhim. So this is describing Vyasa. So Vyasa is the Granthakara of Mahabharata. And he has written the Ashtadasha Purana along with the Mahabharata. And he has split the Veda which has been one. He split it into 4. So he took all the Riks and made it into Rig Veda, all the Yajur mantras into Yajur Veda, all the Samaganas into Samaveda, and the ones found by Atharva Angirasa as the Atharvana Veda. So he has split the Veda into 4, and he has written the Ashtadasha Puranas and the Mahabharata. And who is he? He is Vasishtha Naptaram. Napta means Prabhautra or great grandson. Son is called Napta. Vasishtha Naptaram Shaktef Pautram. So Vyasa's grandfather is Shakti. Shaktef Pautram Akalmasham. Kalmasham means with flaws. Akalmasham without any flaws. The purest. Parasharatmajam. Atmajam means Putram. So Vyasa's father is Parashara. Vande, I do Namaskaram. Shukatatam Tapo Nidhim. And the father of Shuka. Shuka is Vyasa's son. And who is, he is a Tapo Nidhim. He is the greatest in tapas. Nidhi means treasure. Tapo Nidhim means the treasure of tapas. It's a adjective for Vyasa. So what this is saying is the parampara. So Vyasa is the great grandson of Vasishta, the grandson of Shakti, the son of Parashara, and the father of Shuka. So these are being described here. व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिम्. The next is saying, whoever is writing the grantha and whoever the grantha is being written upon are both the same. So this Vishnu Sahasranamam is on Vishnu, but the Granthakara is Vyasa. But now we see that they are both the same. Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasishthaya Namo Namaha. So Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya, to that Vyasa who is the form of Vishnu, Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave, and to that Vishnu who is a form of Vyasa, Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye. Brahmanidhi means one who is a Brahmagnani. To that Vyasa, Vasisthaya. Vasishtha means one that comes in the parampara of Vasishtha. We saw that Vasishtha is the great grandfather of Vyasa. So for that, Gotrapatyam, in that Vasishtha Gotra, there Vasishtha. Namo Namaha. I namaskarams to that. So namaskarams to that Vyasa who is the form of Vishnu, Vishnu who is the form of Vyasa, and this Brahmanidhi or Atmagnani that comes in the Gotrapatyam or Vamsha of Vasishtha is the meaning of this sloka. So the sloka was Vyasam Vasishthanaptaram Shakteh Pautramakalmasham Parasharatmajam Vande Shukatatam Taponidhim Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha. So here now two vandanas are complete. First the Ganapati Vandanam in the first sloka. The second and third slokas is the vandanam of the Granthakara, Vedavyasa. Now we are going to Vishnu Vandana. Vishnu Vandana, Vishnu is the topic of this Grantha. So for that we are doing Namaskara to Vishnu. And how is this Vishnu? Avikaraya Shuddhaya Nityaya Paramatmane Sadaika Rupa Rupaya Vishnave Sarvajishnave. So how is he? Avikaraya. Vikara means change. Avikara means one that does not change. For that changeless, Shuddhaya. Shuddhaya means the purest, pure. Nityaya. Nityaya means permanent. Paramatmane. To that Paramatma. Sada Eka Rupa Rupaya. The one that is always one. In Upanishad we see Sa Ekaha. So that Eka Rupa Rupaya Vishnave Saravajishnave. Vishnave means ever prevalent. Vishnu, like we saw in the first sloka, Shuklam Baradanam Vishnu, that Vishnu means Sarvavyapi. So for that Vishnu, who is also the defeater of all, Sarvajishnave. Jishnu means the conqueror. Sarvesham Jishnuhu, Sarvajishnuhu, meaning the conqueror of all. And to that I do Namaskar. So these are all adjectives for Vishnu. So Avikaraya, Shuddhaya, Nityaya, Paramatmane, Sadaika Rupa Rupaya, Vishnave, Sarvajishnave, Namaha is what we are trying to say. So in Upanishad we say Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. So the Satyam Jnanam Anantam, which is Brahma, which is the Paramatma, that Saguna form is in Vishnu. And we see this Avikara because we are all Vikara because we are constantly changing. But that purest form that is everlasting, that is not changing at all, either in the Trikala, in the Bhutakala, Bhavyakala or Bhavishyat in the past, present or future, that purest, never changing Paramatma Swarupa, Eka Rupa, Sarvavyapi and Sarvajishnave, the defeating, conquering of all, to that type of Vishnu, I do Namaskara, is the Artha of this sloka. In this sloka, the fifth sloka only, the actual Sahasranamam, that chapter starts. Like we mentioned, in the 149th chapter of the 13th Parva, this Vishnu Sahasranamam starts in this. So this is a very, very important sloka. This is technically the first sloka of the Grantha, of the Purva Pitika. So we did the Ganapati Vandanam, Vyasa Vandanam, and Vishnu Vandanam. So now the Grantha starts. Yasya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyate namastasmai Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. Yasya, for whose? Smarana matrena, by just the thought of, by the thought of, with nothing else. It's not saying archanena or pujanena or yajanena, nothing. Just smarana matrena, by the thought of, just by the thought of, mere thought of, who janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyate, who is freed from the bandhana, from the bondage of janma samsara bandhana, of janma samsara. Meaning, in Gita we see, te tam bhuktva svargalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti evam trayi dharmamanuprapanna gata gatam kama kamala bhante. So, the Mimamsakas that do the Vedic karmas, they get that phala. But after that karma phala is finished, they come back to this Martyaloka, to the Loka of humans, and they again have to take birth. So, for that, to get rid of that, first what we need is moksha. So, in order to get moksha, we need jnana, which in order for jnana, we need chitta shuddhi. And in order for chitta shuddhi, we have to do nishkama karma. So, already in the beginning of the grantha, even though it may be a stotra grantha, Vishnu Sahasranamam is the only grantha that is both a stotra grantha and a shastra grantha. In no other grantha that are a stotra grantha, you can say it is a shastra grantha as well. You can say that there are Advaitic principles in those granthas. That may be true. But the only grantha which is regarded as both a stotra grantha and a shastra grantha is Vishnu Sahasranam. That is why if you look at Adi Shankara's life story, the first grantha that Adi Shankara wrote a bhashya of is Vishnu Sahasranama bhashya. And there are two stories for this. One story is that when they were looking for, when Adi Shankara asked his guru, Govinda Bhagatpada, what grantha I want to write the Prasthanatraya bhashya. First, Govinda Bhagatpada told Shankara, before writing that, first write Vishnu Sahasranama bhashya. So it was told by the guru to first write this. Or in a different story, Shankaracharya sees a stack of palm leaf manuscripts. So there are different granthas. And then he asks one girl, go pick a grantha and bring it. And the little girl, what she brought was the Vishnu Sahasranama grantha. So these are two stories based on the two Shankara Digvijays. So anyway, the first grantha written by Adi Shankara is this Vishnu Sahasranama. And we will go more into his contributions once we go to that actual bhasha. But in this is also a Vishnu Mandaram only. So yasya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyate tasmai Vishnave Prabhavishnave Namaha. So for which Vishnu, that by just the mere thought of all the Janma and Samsara bandhanas are freed, to that Vishnu, Tasmai Vishnave Prabhavishnave Namaha. So Prabhavishnave is meaning the Prabhu, the all-powerful Vishnu. And this Vishnu releases us forever from the ties of birth and life. So to that Vishnu, I do a namaskar. And then in the Sampradaya, this Om Namo Vishnave Prabha Vishnave is said. And the next section is start. Shri Vaishampayano Vacha.
Is this the one pranam, or do you want me to scroll down more?
Shri Vaishampayano Vacha.
Maybe this is not having the one. Let me. Maybe I can try to get a different version. Is property version good?
No, you go ahead and say the meaning. We don't need the
No,
reading
no,
for. Just
I-
go ahead and say that. That's better.
okay, you can use this version. That is श्रीवैशम्पायनोवाच श्रुत्वा धर्मान् अशेषेण पावनानि च सर्वशः युधिष्ठिरः शान्तनवं पुनरेवाभ्यभाषत. So from this shloka, Adi Shankara starts the bhashya. So from all the previous shlokas, the bhashyas were not written. The Ganapati Vandanam, Vyasa Vandanam, all that, Vishnu Vandanam. From the Yasya Smarana Matrena also, the bhashya was not written on that shloka. From this shloka, from Vaishampayanovacha, Adi Shankara starts the bhashya. So as we saw in the previous classes, the granthas written by Adi Shankara can be split into broadly three categories. One is the Bhashya Grantha, the Prakarana Grantha, and the Stotra Granthas. In the Bhashya Granthas also, there are two types of Granthas. One is for the Uttamadhikari and the Madhyamadhikari. The Uttamadhikari Bhashyas can be the Vishnu Sahasrana, the Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, and Brahma Sutra Bhashya, the Prasthanatraya Bhashya. Those are the Uttamadhikari Bhashyas. The Madhyamadhikari Bhashyas are like the Lalita Drishati Bhashya, Vishnu Sahasranama Bhashya, Sanat Sujatiya Bhashya. These are all the Madhyamadhikari. Meaning, for learning Bhagavad Gita, the Bhashyas, more Samskrita knowledge, more time is needed. So, but for these Granthas, it is a little more easier to understand. So, they're for the Madhyamadhikari. And for the Adhamadhikari, the Stotra Granthas are there, various stotras, which he himself has composed. So, the Bhashya, when we actually say the word Bhashya, actually we should say, we should not say Vishnu Sahasranama Bhashya. It should be said as Vishnu Sahasranama Vyakhyana. Because actually, if you look at the meaning of Bhashya, the Lakshana of Bhashya is Sutrartho Varnyate Yatra Vakye Sutraanusaribhihi Swapadani cha Varnyate Bhashyam Bhashya Vido Viduhu. So actually, the only term applicable for Bhashya is for Brahma Sutra Bhashya. Sutrartho Varnyate Yatra, where the vichara of the Brahma Sutras are done, that is actually supposed to be known as a Bhashya. But now we say everything Gita Bhashya, Upanishad Bhashya, Sahasranama Bhashya. But that is not the actual implied meaning. That is a Rudhyartha. When we have two types of meanings, one is a Yogikartha and Rudhyartha. Yogikartha is one that is by the Yogyata. So if one is in red color, we can call it Raktavarna. That is fine. And that is based on what it actually is. By its, the Vastu is Yogyata. But a Rudhyartha is, in the Laukika Vyavahara, we say so many things. We say this is Satyam. But that is all Rudhyartha. Because that for Vyavahara, that may be true. But that is not the quality of that Vastu. So that is the introduction. So Shrutva Dharmanaseshena. So Vaishampayanaha Uvacha. When Shankara writes the Bhashya, he says Vaishampayanaha Janamejayam Uvacha. So meaning Vaishampayana told Janamejaya. So the shloka is Shrutva Dharmanaseshena Pavanani cha Sarvashah Yudhishthira Shantanavam Punarevabhya Bhashata. So Dharmanasheshena Shrutva Pavanani cha Sarvashah Shrutva Yudhishthira Shantanavam Punarevabhya Bhashata. Is the sloka. Asheshena means without any remaining, without any remain. Shesha means remaining, remainder. Shrutva dharmana seshena, meaning after completely hearing all the dharmas. Because this is not the first time that Yudhishthira has talked to Bhishma. He has already heard everything. But after even hearing all the dharmas, pavanani cha sarvashaha. That pavanani means ones that destroy papas. Yudhishthira Shantanavam Punarevabhya Bhashata. After hearing all the dharmas that destroy sin, Yudhishthira again asked, Punaha Eva Abhyabhashata. Abhashata means spoke, Abhyabhashata means questioned. Yudhishthira Shantanavam. So who is Shantanava? Bhishma's father is Shantanu. So Shantanavam is the son of Shantanu becomes Shantanu. So Yudhishthira Shantanavam Punarevabhya Bhashata. And the word Yudhishthira, it comes from Yudhi Sthiraha. So one who is determined in war, yudhi, in fighting, sthiraha, drida, in war, that is Yudhishthira. So back then for the Kshatriya Vamsha, they would not name just based on god names. It would be based on the characteristics that they want to see in their child. So they won't have any name like Shanta Swarupi or anything for Kshatriya. So for there will be like Parakrama, Bhima, like those kind of things. So for that, so that they was named Yudhishthira, Shantanavam, meaning Shantanu's son Bhishma, Bhishmam Punarevabhya Bhashata. Again, after hearing all the dharmas, he asked. So now we can go into the actual Bhashya Grantha. I will explain it verbally. If you also are following along with the text, that's fine. But the main text is there. So now that Shankaracharya is starting the Grantha from this shloka, he himself writes 3 Mangala shlokas. One for Krishna, one for Vyasa, and another for Vishnu. So first we will look at those shlokas, those arthas. So this is the beginning of the Vishnu Sahasranama Bhashya. Until we saw is the Moolam. So he himself writes 3 Mangala shlokas, and then he goes to the artha of Shrutva Dharmana Seshin. So I will explain those shlokas. The first shloka is Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Klishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedyaya Gurave Buddhi Sakshine. So he is doing namaskara to Krishna. And how is this Krishna? He is the Satchit Ananda Rupa, Satchidananda Rupaya. And how is he? Aklishtakarine. Aklishtakari can have 2 meanings. One that is he removes all the klishta or problems from us, or one that does all his work without any effort, without any problem, easily. So the second artha is what most people say, Krishnaya Klishtakarine. So Aklishtakarine means one that easily does everything without any effort, without any problem. Vedanta Vedyaya. Veda here, Vedya doesn't mean Veda. Veda means known. So Vedanta Vedyaya. He who is known by the Vedanta Upanishadic text, to that person, Gurave Buddhi Sakshine. Buddhi Sakshina. Buddhi Sakshina means who is the witness of the Buddhi, and Gurave, he is the Guru. So in our Sampradaya, mainly only 3 people are called as Guru. One is Bhagavan Shri Krishna. We say Krishnam Mande Jagat Guru. After that, in our Sampradaya is Bhagavan Adi Shankara, Veda Vyasa. And after Bhagavan Veda Vyasa is Adi Shankara. And everybody in Adi Shankara's Avichinna Parampara, we also call, even until now, Jagat Guru Shankaracharya. So the first Guru in that is Krishna. He is the first Jagat Guru. So to that Guru, who is the Rupa of Satchit and Ananda, who performs all his karya without any effort and is recognized by the Vedanta, who is known by Vedanta, that Guru and the Sakshi or the witness of the Buddhi, I do Namaskara, is the artha of the first Bhashya Mangala Shloka. The second Bhashya Mangala Shloka is to Vyasa, as we had mentioned. Krishna Dvaipayanam Vyasam Sarvaloka Hite Ratam Vedabja Bhaskaram Vande Shamadhi Nilayam Munim. So this Vedavyasa has another name as Krishna Dvaipayana. Dvaipayana because he was born on an island, and Krishna because of his skin color. So he is saying Krishna Dvaipayanam Vyasam. That Vyasa who is Krishna Dvaipayanam, Sarva Loka Hite Ratam, for the Loka Hita, for the well-being of the Loka. Vedabja Bhaskaram, who is like the sun to a lotus. So the lotus only blooms when the sun is there, right? So like that, he is like the son of the Vedas, because the Vedas were always there, but only because of Veda Vyasa's division and his classification did they get extra sthana. It's not that Vyasa created the Vedas or anything, but it is like the lotus with the sun. So only because he had opened and split, classified all the Vedas, we can now say that we follow Rig Veda, we follow Yajur Veda, we follow Samaveda. because he knew that in Kalikala, not everybody would be able to finish the Veda. So he split the Veda into so many shakas, more than 1,000 shakas. And now that Adhyayana has been going on. And Shamadhi Nilayam Munim. So in the Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti, we see the Shamadhi, Shamadamadi gunas, like self-control, etc. So he who has mastered all of those, that Rishi, Munim. So in the first sloka, he uses Chaturthi and we have to say Namaha. In the second sloka, he uses Dvitiya and Vande. Vande. So Aham Vande, Kam Vande, Krishna Dvaipayanam Vyasam Sarvalokahitate Radam Vedabjabhaskaram Shamadhi Nilayam Munim Vande. So these are adjectives for Veda Vyasa. So the shloka was Krishna Dvaipayanam Vyasam Sarvalokahite Radam Vedabjabhaskaram Vande Shamadhi Nilayam Munim. So this is the second Mangala shloka of the Bhashya Grantha. The third is for Vishnu. Sahasramurteh Purushottamasya Sahasranetrananapadabhahoh Sahasranamnam Stavanam Prashastam Niruchyate Janmajaradi Shantyai. So this is a very, very, very important shloka. So here the purpose of this bhashya is being told. Why is Adi Shankara writing a bhashya for this grantha? It's very important. So what he is saying? Sahasramurteh Purushottamasya Sahasranetra Nana Padabaho Sahasranamnam Stavanam Prashastam. So this Stavanam, this stotra is for who? The one that has 1,000 names, Sahasranamnam, and 1,000 forms, Sahasramurte, Sahasra Netra, 1,000 eyes, Sahasra Anana, 1,000 faces, Sahasra Pada, 1,000 feet, and Sahasra Baho, 1,000 arms, is now being commented on. Niruchyate. Niruchyate means Maya Niruchyate. By me, this will be commented upon. And why should they be commented upon? Janma Jaradi Shantyai. For the Shanti, for the removal of Janma, Jara, etc. Janma Jara means what? Janma means birth. Jara means old age. So for the removal of Punarjanma and old age. So if Janma should not be there, Marana should not be there. And after Marana, if we are born again, that means there is still some karma left. So for the removal of all that, I am writing this bhashya, is what Shankaracharya says. I think you can continue the screen share. I will tell you. So the shloka that now bhashya is being written upon after the Mangalas are done is the Shrutva Dharmana Seshena Pavanani Sarvasha. So already we saw the basic Pratipadartha, which I had explained previously. Now we will look at what the bhashya says and I will explain everything. Dharman Abhyuda Nishrayasa Utpatti Hetu Bhutan Chodana Lakshanan Asheshena Kartsnena Pavanani Papakshayakarani Dharma Rahasyani Cha Sarvashah Sarvaprakaraihi Shutva Yudhishthirah Dharmaputrah Shantanavam Shantanusudam Bhishmam Sakala Purushartha Sadhanam Sukhasampadyam Alpaprayasam Anupaphalam Analpaphalam Anuktam iti kritva Punaha Bhuya Eva Abhyabhashata Prashnam Kritavan. So this entire thing is basically Adi Shankara's bhashya of Shrutva Dharmana Seshen. So we will go at it one by one and then see the full artha. Dharman. For Dharman, what he says is Abhyudaya Nishrayasa Utpatti Hetu Bhuman Chodana Lakshanan. Dharman. So for that word Dharma, Yudhishthira Shankaracharya says this Lakshana. This is Dharmasya Lakshana. Nishreyas meaning moksha. So Shreyas meaning any pleasures. But none of these are Purna or not fulfilling. So that that is fulfilling or moksha, that is called nishreyas. Abhyudaya nishreyasa. Abhyudaya meaning is karma phalam. Vaidika karma phalam is called as abhyudaya. Abhyudaya nishreyasa. Chodana abhyudaya nishreyasa utpatti hetu bhuma utpatti hetu bhutan chodana lakshanan. So these dharmas are told by the Vedas. Chodana lakshanat. So Chodana lakshanat means the dharmas that are told by the Vedas. There is no other meaning here. So just like how Veda Vyasa has written the Uttara Mimamsa Sutras in the Brahma Sutra, Maharishi Jaimini has written 12 huge adhyayas or books of Mimamsa or Purva Mimamsa. So when we say Uttara Mimamsa, we're referring to Vedanta. When we say Purva Mimamsa, we are referring to Mimamsa or Purva Mimamsa or the Karmakanda aspect. So the Vedas can be split into two, basically. One is the Karmakanda, one is the Jnanakanda. So in the Karmakanda, all these yagas are prescribed. Agnihotra, Drashapurnamasa, Chaturmasya, Vajpaya, etc. In these, there will be so many doubts how to do certain kriyas. Iti kartavyata, how it should be done, things like that. And for that, there are so many vicharas in the mantra and the Brahmana portions. In the Uttara Vedanta, in the Uttara Mimamsa or Vedanta, the vicharas restricted to the Upanishads. So if we split the Veda into Karmakanda, which is all the chapters without Upanishad text and Upanishad, the commentary on the Vedic text is done by Maharishi Jaimini. And the commentary on the sutras for the Uttara Mimamsa or Vedanta is done by Veda Vyasa. So like how we have Athato Brahma Jignasa in Vedanta, in Mimamsa Athato Dharma Jignasa. So in Vedanta, we can actually compare the sutras written by Veda Vyasa and the sutras written by Jaimini. They're actually very similar, even though the Abhipraya may be completely different. And the difference of opinion is very vast. In the structure, there's actually lots of similarities. So in the Atha Shabda for Mimamsa, there Jaimini says Atha Shabda means Vedadhyanat Anantaram. So there are so many Vakyas, Swadhyayo Dhetavyaha, all those Vakyas. So those Vakyas are first, they need to be memorized first. So in order to read Mimamsa, the first thing is Atha. Atha Shabda means Vedadhyanat Anantaram. Athato Dharma Jignasa. Meaning he will be explaining Dharma. And Dharma is the difference between Dharma and Adharma is what is told by Veda. So this is the Chodana Lakshanan, which Shankaracharya is referring to. In the Brahma Sutra Bhashya, he says Athato Dharma Brahma Jignasa. In Athato Brahma Jignasa, the Atha Shabda means Chitta Shuddhehe Anantaram. So after doing all those Vedokta karmas, if you do it as a Nishkama Bhavana, that Nishkama Bhavana will lead to Chitta Shuddhi. So only if you have Chitta Shuddhi are you eligible to read Brahma Sutras. So like in order to, so like how you have to memorize the entire Vedas to learn Mimamsa, if you want to learn Brahma Sutras, first you have to have Chitta Shuddhi. So that is by through karma. So what is the difference? Mimamsa people are also saying to do karma. And for Vedanta also you need to do karma to get Chitta Shuddhi. But what is the difference is in Mimamsa, karmana moksha jayate. But in Vedanta, karmana Chitta Shuddhi jayate. Chitta Shuddhi anantaram jnanasya sadhanam bhavishyati. Meaning, if you take an example, Vakya from Vedas, Agnihotram juhuyat swarga kamaha. So the one that does Agnihotra Homa, he will get Swarga. So for Mimamsa, there is no even question of moksha. For them, Swarga is moksha. It is not the Swarga that is in Vedanta that you come back after and merger. For them, Swarga Shashvata. If you get Swarga in this Janma, there is no rebirth. But in Vedanta, even if you go to Swarga, you have to come back. So only by doing the karma in a Nishkama way, that will lead to Chitta Shuddhi. So this in Shastras is called the Sanyoga Prathakta Jnayam. This is very, very important. So the same karma can be done as a Sakama karma and Nishkama karma. So Vishnu Sahasranam is there. At the end we have the Palashruti. The Palashruti has so many phalas. Vedantako brahmana syat, kshatriyo vijayi bhavet, vaishyo dhanasamriddha syat, shudra sukham avapniyat. These are all phala. If you're doing the Vishnu Sahasranama chanting, this karma leads to that phala. That's it. But if you do it as a nishkama karma, this becomes a hetu for chitta shuddhi. So this is called sanyoga prathakva jnaya. So sanyoga meaning the same karma, the same thing, prathakva jnaya, can have completely different effects. So if you're, for example, for Vishnu Sahasranam, if you're doing it as for chitta shuddhi, as a nishkama, without any phala, like in Gita, Krishna says, right, ma karma phala heturbhuhu. Karmanye vahadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhuhu ma te sangostva karmani. So if you're doing without the kartritvam, without any kama, that becomes nishkama karma, which becomes chitta shuddhi hetu. If you do it for sakama karma, you won't get chitta shuddhi through that. You will only get the phala which is prescribed for that karma. So if you do putra kameshti, you that is to get children. If you do that, you get children. That's it. There is another yaga called Shena yaga. If you do Shena yaga, the shatru of that yajamana will die. But for that, the phala is naraka. So whoever does Shena yaga has to go to naraka. Like that, these are the lakshanas told by Veda. And even in a Nitya Karma, when you're doing before Gayatri, we do Ayatu Varada Devi Aksharam Brahma Samhitam, and we invite Gayatri. So like in those, in the Panchopachara, Shodashopachara pujas, we have so many steps. First is the Dhyanam, then Avahanam, Asanam, and then at the end, we have to do Yathasthanam Praveshayami. So we have to send back the Devata. So that Devata which we invoked in that Bimba or that Kalasha or that photo, we have to send back. So before doing Gayatri, we do the Avahanam, Gayatri, Avahayami, all those things. And then in the middle, we do the Gayatri. And then at the end, we say Uttameshakare Devi Bhumyam Parvadamurti. There, the Vedamata, she itself is instructing us. That's why we say, Stuto Maya Varada Vedamata Prachodagyanti Pavane Edvijata Ayuh Prithivyan Dravinam Brahmavachasam Mahyan Dattva Pajatum Brahmalokam. Maya Vedamata Stuta. Sa Vedamata Mam Prachodayanti. Even when you're doing Gayatri itself, Diyo Yaha Naha Prachodayat. Naf Prachodayat. Asman Prachodayat. Is leading us to light. So that itself is a upasana. And when we are sending back Gayatri, what do we say? This Vedamata has given us so many commands. Satyam Vada, Dharmanchara, Swadhyaya, Anma, Pramadaha. We see all those things. And we only know that because of Veda. So that Vedamata, Maya Stuta, through Gayatri, because Gayatri is the essence of all Vedas. And what does she give? Mam Prachodayanti. She leads me on the Sanmarga. We say Agneya Nagasupataraye Asman Vishwani Deva Bhagunani Vidvan Yodhyasmadjuhuraname no Bhugishtante Nama Uktim Vidhema. Hey Agne, Mam Supataraye. Naya. Lead me on a good path. Agni. Like that, the Gayatri mantra is the sense of the Veda. So there, she is instructing all those things to us. So for that, what she does, Ayuh Prithivyam Dravinam Brahmavachasam Mahyan Dattva Prajatum Brahmalokam. Prithivyam, in this earth, she gives Ayuhu, Praja, Brahmavachas, and everything. So that is what is known as Chodana Lakshana. So this is all just the definition of Dharma. All of this has to be said. Just for one word, this is the bhasha. So after that, what does is said is Dharmana abhyudaya nishrayasa utpatti hetu bhutana chodana lakshanana asheshena, meaning karstyena, meaning fully, completely, pavanani, papakshayakarani. We saw pavanani cha sarvasha, correct? For pavanani, what he says, papakshayakarani dharma rahasyani. The dharma rahasyas are the secrets of dharma which destroy papa. Kshaya, meaning death or destruction. Papakshayakarani. Those dharmas that destroy the papa. Cha sarvashaha. Sarva prakaraihi shrutva yudhishthiraha dharmaputraha. Dharmaputra is a name for Yudhishthira. So Yudhishthira, Dharmaputra is what Shankara says. Shantanavam. Shantanusutam Bhishmam Sakala Purushartha Sadhanam Sukha Sampadyam Alpa Prayasam Analpa Phalam. This is a very, very, very important line. Alpa Prayasam Analpa Phalam. So this is what everybody wants, right? Alpa Prayasam means very, very minimal effort. But Analpa Phalam, great phala. So when we do Sandhyavandanam and everything, it may take max 5-10 minutes. But that phala of that is infinite. Like that, even if you look at our families or our friends, 2-3 generations ago, nobody was studying Gita Bhashya, Upanishad Bhashya, Brahma Sutra Bhashya. But in everybody's house, this Vishnu Sahasranam was always being chanted. That is the Mahima of Vishnu Sahasranam. Because what is Shankara himself is saying, Analpa Phalam, Alpa Prayasam, Analpa Phalam. Meaning, it is very easy to learn and chant. And if we learn with the meaning also, then that is Analpa Phalam. Anuktam iti kritva, because this has not been said before. Even after learning all that, punaha bhuya. Bhuya means punaha, again. Eva abhyabhashata. Prashnam kritavan. Prashnam kritavan means Yudhishthira asked Bhishma. So for the shloka, we will again say the bhashya and the moolam. Moolam was Shutva Dharman Aseshena Pavanani cha Sarvashah Yudhishthira Shantanavam Punareva Bhyabhashata. And for that, what Shankara said was Dharman Abhyuda Nishrayasa Utpatti Hetu Bhutan Chodana Lakshanan Asheshena Karsthyena Pavanani Papakshayakarani Dharmarahasyani Cha Sarvashah Sarvaprakaraihi Shutva Yudhishthirah Dharmaputrah Shantanavam Shantanusutam Bhishmam Sakala Purushartha Sadhanam Sukha Sampadyam Alpa Prayasam Analpa Phalam Anuktam Iti Kritva Punaha Bhuyaha Eva Abhyabhashata Prashnam Kritavan. So the summary of this is hearing all the dharmas in their entirety and those sacred acts prescribed in the Vedas, which is called Chodana Lakshana or Dharma. The second sutra, just like in Brahma Sutra, we have Janmadhyasya Yataha as the second sutra. In the second sutra of Mimamsa is Chodana Lakshaha Dharmaha. So Chodana Lakshanartho Dharmaha is the Dvitiya Sutra. So this things that have been prescribed in the Vedas, they destroy sins in various ways. But since the easiest means to get Analpa Phala, the Sakala Purushartha Sadhanam. So already if moksha is being discussed, there is no need to mention Dharma, Artha, Kama. Right? When you have 4 Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, if moksha is being discussed and if moksha is attained, then obviously the previous 3 will also be attained. Right? So if you say somebody has a master's, then obviously they had a bachelor's, they had a grade school and everything before it. So Sakala Purushartha Sadhanam, because if it's a moksha sadhanam, it's also a dharma sadhanam, artha sadhanam, kama sadhanam as well. And for that, Nitya Sukha, Alpa Prayasam, Analpa Phalam, that can be done by Alpa Prayasa, minimal effort, that leads to great phala, Anuktam iti kritva, which has not been said before, even after listening to all the dharmas. Because the first sloka, the starting is Shrutva Dharman Aseshena. Asheshena, meaning without anything left. He already has listened to it. But this marga has not been said before. Iti kritva punaha bhuya eva abhyabhashata prashnam kritavan. Yudhishtiram prashnam kritavan. Yudhishthira bhishmam prashnam kritavan. So, this is the narration that Vaishampayana is saying to Janameja. Now Yudhishthira is actually asking the question. Now the question has not been asked yet. So the moolam for this, or the text is Yudhishthira uvacha kime kandaivatam loke kim vapyekam paraginam stuvantahkam kamarchanta prapnuyur manava shubham. So Yudhishthira now asks a series of 6 questions to Bhishma. 4 in this shloka and 2 in the following shloka. So in 8th chapter, Arjuna also asked Krishna a series of similar questions. They were Kim Tad Brahma, Kim Adhyatmam, Kim Karma Purushottama, Adidevam cha Kim Proktam, Adidevam Kimuchyate. Like that, the almost same, similar format. Now Yudhishthira is asking Bhishma, who is the one deity in the world? What is the sole and supreme goal? And who should men praise and worship to attain God? Is the simple meaning. Kimekam daivatam loke. What is loke does not mean in the world here. Loke means in the Shastras. And we will see that artha when we look at the Bhashya. Kim vapyekam parayanam. What is the sole and supreme goal? Stuvantah kam kamarchantah prapnuyur manava shubham. So, kam stuvantah, kam archantah, manavaha shubham prapnuyu. So, by praising what and by worshipping what do manusyas shubham prapnuyuhu, attain shubham or attain mangalam, is the question. So now we can dive into the bhashya for that. किमेकं दैवतं देव इत्यर्थः स्वार्थे तद्धितप्रत्ययविधानात्. So kimekam daivatam. So daivatam is what is that? What we are asking now, what is daivatam? So for daivatam, he is answering deva ityartha. Daivatam means devaha, God. And how does that form come? Swarte tadhita pratyaya vidhanat. There is one grammar in Sanskrit called tadhita. So that tam, the tap pratyaya. So we say daivatam. That daivatam is come from the tadhita pratyaya. So we don't need to dive too much into the grammar because it's in the class is in English. But this daivatam form comes from tadhita pratyaya. So the tap pratyaya for deva becomes daivatam. So the meaning of that is called deva. So what is the supreme God? What is the one deity? Ekam devaha, ekam devam. Kim. So this kim, kam, those are all words for questions. So whether you say kim or kam, depending on the linga and other grammar rules, that will differ. So the first question is kimekam daivatam loke. Loke does not mean loka like world or jagati or anything. Here the loka has a different meaning, which Shankaracharya beautifully writes in the Grantha. Loke lokana hetu bhute समस्त विद्यास्थाने उक्तम यदाज्ञया प्रवर्तन्ते सर्वे इति प्रथमः प्रश्नः. The prathama prashna or the first question is kimekam daivatam loke. So we saw that daivatam means deva by the tadhita pratyaya. Loke means that can be known, that can be seen. And how do we see? We see through the Shastra Drishti only, through the Shastras. The Shastras are our eyes for Dharma, Dharma and everything. So, Samasta Vidya Sthane Uktam, which has been said by in the all of the Chaturdasha Vidya Sthanas, the four Vedas, the Shadangas, the Itihasa Puranas, Dharma Shastra, Mimamsa, everything. So, he is saying, what is the Deva that can be seen through the Vedas? What is that one God that can be seen through the Vedas? And he says, Yadagnaya pravartante sarve iti prathama prashnaha. By whose command sarve pravartante, everything comes into existence, is Deva. So the question is, what is that one God that can be seen through the Shastras and is the cause of all creation? Yadagnaya pravartante sarve. This is the first sloka. Kim va pyekam parayanam. The second question is Kim va api ekam parayanam. Asmin loke ekam parayanam cha kim. Paramam ayanam praptavyam sthanam yasmin nirikshate vidyate hridayat granthishchidyate sarva samshayaha shiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishte parabare iti shrutehe hridaya granthir vidyate. So this hridaya granthi is a very common metaphor in Shastras. So the second question is Kim va pyekam parayanam. So who is declared in the Veda in the Vidyas that form the source of our knowledge? And what is the supreme goal? So he whose orders all obey, realizing the bondage of the heart they leave. That Hridaya Granthi is a metaphor for all this kama, krodha, and everything that leads us to bandhana. This is all said as Hridaya Granthi in Shastras. So this is a Mundakopanishad Vakya that Shankaracharya is quoting. The Vakya is Bhidyate Hridayat Granthis Chidyate Sarvashamshayaha Kshiyante Chasya Karmani Tasmin Drishte Paravare. Meaning Hridaya Granthi Bhidyate Sarvashamshayaha Chidyante Asya Karmani Kshiyante Tasmin Drishte Paravare. So basically, this is the cause for the Hridaya Granthis, the Kama Krodhadi bandhanas to be broken. Sarva samshayaha chidyante, for the cutting of all doubts, for the destruction of all doubts. Sarva samshayaha chidyante. Asya karmani kshiyante, and the cause of destruction of all karma. Because if we have extra karma left, then the next janma has to be taken. Because there is no janma without karma. Yatra yatra karmani tatra tatra janma. So in order to be freed from all the karmas, this Ekam Devam has to be worshipped. Tasmin Drishte Paravare is the Mundakopanishad Vakya, which Shankaracharya is quoting the Bhashya. Iti Shrutehe Hridayat Granthi Vidyate. And what else he is saying? Yasya Vijnana Matrena Anando Lakshanaha Mokshaha Prapyate. Yad Vidvan Abhibheti Kutaschana. Yad Pravishtasya Navidyate Punarbhavaha. Yasya cha Vedanat Taddeva Bhavati. Brahma Veda Brahmeva Bhavati iti Shrutehe. So if you look into that, what he is saying is Yajna Vijnana Yasya Vijnana Matrena Anando Lakshanaha Mokshaha Prapyate. By whose knowledge, just the knowledge itself, the mere knowledge of itself, is the moksha lakshana of ananda is reached. That devam. Yad vidvan abhibheti kutaschana. That's Satchidananda Swarup. In Upanishad we say Yato vacho nivartante apraapya manasa saha anandam brahmano vidvan nabhibheti kutaschaneti. Actually there are two. The first one is for Hiranyagarbhopasana. Yato vacho nivartante apraapya manasa saha anandam brahmano vidvan nabhibheti kadachaneti. If you say kadachaneti, that is the phala of Hiranyagarbha upasana in Taittiriyopanishad Bhashya. But this second Yato vacho nivartante, this is for the Satchidananda Rupa. So whoever knows this, Yad Vidvan. Vidvan means whoever knows this truth, Nabhibheti kutaschaneti. He is never afraid from anything. Because there's nothing to be afraid of for this Vidvan. And who is that? Brahmaveda Brahmaiva Bhavati. Whoever knows Brahman, he is no different than Brahman itself. Brahmaveda Brahmaiva Bhavati. Again, he is quoting Mundakopanishad again. These are all quoting, he is quoting in order to explain this thought process more. So, Yat Pravishtasya Navidyate Punarbhavaha Yasya cha Vedanata Tadeva Bhavati. By knowing which one becomes that which he known, which he has learnt. That is being discussed here. That's Satchidananda Rupa, that Nirguna Paramatma Swarup. Yad Vihaya Paraha Pantha Ninam Nasti. Meaning, without which there is no other path. Without this Sanmarga, without this path, Yad Vihaya Aparaha Pantha Ninam Nasti. And he is quoting Shvetashvara Upanishad, Nanyaf Pantha Vidyate Yanaya. It is Shrutehe. We can also find this in Aranyaka Purusha Suktam as well. But this Nanyaf Pantha Vidyate Yanaya again is a Visheshana to that Ekam, which without that there is no other path. Yad Vihaya Aparaha Pantha Ninam Nasti. And he is quoting this Nanyaf Pantha Vidyate Yanaya. This is all for Kimekam Daivatam Lok. Kimva Pekam Parayanam. Kimva. And then the next paragraph is Taduktam Ekam Parayanam Loke Yattate Kimiti Dvitiyah Prashnaha. So Ekam Parayanam Loke Yattat Kim. Parayanam means the supreme goal. So the first one is Kimekam Daivatam Loke, which actually we saw the Bhasha until here is for Kimekam Daivatam Loke. Kimva Pekam Parayanam is what is the supreme goal. Ekam Parayanam. Ayanam means path. Parayanam means we can say supreme goal or best path. Para can be in best, so Parayanam, best marga. Taduktam ekam Parayanam loke yattate kimiti dvitiya prashnaha. So the dvitiya prashnaha is what is the goal in the Shastras. And then kam katamam devam stuvantah guna sankirtanam kurvantah kam katamam devam archantah बाह्याभ्यन्तरं च अर्चनं बहुविधं कुर्वन्तः मानवाः मनुसुताः शुभं कल्याणं स्वर्गादिफलं प्राप्नुयुः लभेरन् इति पुनः प्रश्नद्वयम्. So total I said there are 6 prashnas. Each pada has 1 prashna. So in this sloka there are 4 prashnas. In the next sloka there will be another 2 more prashnas. So kam katamam devam stuvantah, by praising which devam guna sankirtanam kurvantah. So for stuvantah Adi Shankara writes guna sankirtanam kurvantah, meaning you're praising the forms, the qualities of that deva. Kurvantah kam katamam devam archantah. Archantah, what Shankaracharya writes is bahyabhyantaram cha archanam bahuvidham kurvantah. So there's one bahi archanam and the antar archanam. So the bahi archanam can be putting flowers, offering naivedyam, all the outside puja that we see normally. The bahif puja is like when you do the lamiti panchopachara puja, prithivya, everything, we have to be assuming that we are doing the upacharas in our manas itself, inside that puja, which is actually said to be superior to the bahi puja. For the bahi puja, you need so many dravyas. You need for dadi, kshiram, sharkara, everything, right? If you're doing panchamrita, abhisheka, you need flowers, you need karpura. But compared to that, actually, the antar archanam is said to be better. So for archantaha means while worshipping what? So for that archantaha, what Shankaracharya says, bahyam abhyantaram cha archanam bahuvidham kurvantaha. By doing both the internal and external puja, manavaha, manusutaha. Manusuta means one that has come from Manu, which is said to be the first human. So manavaha means manushyaha, shubham, kalyanam, mangalam, swargadi phalam. So for shubham, what Adi Shankara says is kalyanam swargadi phalam prapnuyuhu. Will they reach? Labheran. Iti punaha prashnadvayam. So far we have seen 4 of the questions that Yudhishthira asked Bhishma. In the next class, we can see the remaining 2 questions and finally what Bhishma replies. What is the answer for these total of 6 questions? So we will conclude with just the sloka. किमेकं दैवतं लोके किं वाप्येकं परायणं स्तुवन्तः कं कमर्चन्तः प्राप्नुयुर्मानवा शुभम्. तत्सद्ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु.
Gurubhyo Namaha. Thank you so much. We want to finish it. It's very, very nice, Pranav. Excellent start today for the whole Vishnu Sahasranama Bhashyam itself, and very good detail on Shankara Bhashyam there. So we're looking forward to the detail and the sessions. An excellent quoting also from Bhagavad Gita and Taittiriya Upanishad and all the Upanishads as well promoted. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you want to, Srini, you want to go ahead and do the Mangalam for us, and then we open up for questions. People stay on, and then we can open up for any questions.
Just a reminder that we'll also have a session next week, next Sunday itself, right? So this today was actually the makeup session, which we were supposed to having on January 5th. So we'll also have another session on February 5th. Hope you all can join for this session as well. So we'll go with the Mangalam. Just give me a second.
மங்களம் குரு ஸ்ரீ சந்திரமௌலீஸ்வருக்கே, சக்தி கணபதி சாரதாம்பிகை சங்கராச்சாரியருக்கே, சக்தி கணபதி மகா கணபதி சாரதாம்பிகைக்கே, கால பைரவர்க்கே, காளி துர்கைக்கே, வீர தீர சூர ஹனும மாருதி சரணத்திற்கே, மல்லிகார்ஜுனர்க்கே, செல்வ ஜனார்தனர்க்கே, அம்பா பவானி கம்பத கணபதி சண்டி சாமுண்டிக்கே, ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ண பகவானுக்கே, ஸ்ரீ சக்கரவாசினிக்கே, சீதாராம லக்ஷ்மண சகித மாருதி சரணத்திற்கே, வித்யாரண்யருக்கே, வித்யாசங்கரர்க்கே, வாகீஸ்வரிக்கே, வஜ்ரதேக கருட ஆஞ்சநேயருக்கே, ஸ்ரீவள்ளி தேவசேனா சமேத சுப்பிரமணியருக்கே, துங்கபத்ரைக்கே, ஸ்ருங்க நிவாசினிக்கே, ஸ்ருங்கேரி புரியில் நிலைத்திருக்கும் எங்கள் சாரதாம்பிகைக்கே, சச்சிதானந்த சிவ அபிநவ நிருசிம்ஹ பாரதிக்கே, ஸ்ரீ சந்திரசேகர பாரதி குரு சார்வபௌமருக்கே, ஸ்ரீ சந்திரசேகர பாரதி குரு வித்யாதீர்த்தருக்கே, ஸ்ரீ சந்திரசேகர பாரதி குரு பாரதி தீர்த்தருக்கே, ஸ்ரீ சந்திரசேகர பாரதி குரு விதுஷேகர பாரதிக்கே, மங்களம் குரு ஸ்ரீ சந்திரமௌலீஸ்வருக்கே, சக்தி கணபதி சாரதாம்பி சங்கராச்சாரியருக்கே, சக்தி கணபதி மகா கணபதி சாரதாம்பிகைக்கே, ஸ்ருங்கேரி புரியில் நிறைந்திருக்கும் எங்கள் சாரதாம்பிகைக்கே.